say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This one not day of in mind. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man do they talk. He do they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout. Oh, yo, yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun.
Good morning to you.
Lórí Facebook.
Good afternoon to you.
Mayegun diary.
And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Thank you very much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Godfather is in.
Read the caption of the broadcast, by the way, the description, which is more loaded, all right? Then share the broadcast. And the stories and the scenarios I am going to be sharing with you tonight, they are true life stories. These are not just make-up scenarios. And a lot of you watching me tonight will be able to relate with a lot of them. So share this broadcast.
Lórí YouTube, Mayegun ti dé. And yes, we like you. Mayegun ti dé. Oh, Baba Bewure. Mayegun mami. And yes, we like you. Mayegun ti dé.
Dangote Refinery, Dangote Refinery, Dangote Refinery. Have you heard the latest? The scam runs deep.
Mayegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun mami. Ayé ìṣúra. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun mami. Ayé ìṣúra. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Mayegun mami. Ayé ìṣúra.
Thank you, far too kind. Share the broadcast. We are starting in 20 seconds.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnragì. Mayegun ti dé. Ayé ẹ̀ súnragì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé again. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you once again from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. And brother, Odima. Sonuda Uku, Sonuda Dare, and the Sonu, or whatever it is, wherever you are watching from too. Tonight, we are about to talk about the segment of the official kidnappers in Nigeria that a lot of people have sort of blended or sort of like got used to. And they are the uniformed terrorists in the Nigerian police as well as Nigeria military. We all have been so preoccupied by the violence unleashed on us by the Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram, and other criminal elements operating in Nigeria. We're more concerned about them. And it seems like a lot of us are not really paying attention to the trauma that people have been subjected to in their thousands every day. Male, female, rich, poor, it doesn't really matter. Eh? We are not paying much attention to that. And guess what? Like the known terrorism, the real jihadist terrorists that are kidnapping the people, torturing them, and forcing their family members and relatives to part with huge amounts of money as ransoms. Do you know that in their operation, right, in their mode of operation, if you don't pay the ransom, they may likely kill your relative, okay? And if you pay the ransom late, they may still take it and still kill your relative. Same thing is what the people are suffering in the hands of the Nigerian police and the Nigerian soldiers, the Nigerian military. And you see this terrorism, I want to believe that it is not being spoken of enough. Because when you take a look at the operation of the known, generally known terrorists and the operation of the uniformed terrorists, they all have a lot in common. And I'm going to point them out to you tonight. You remember the famous End SARS protest, End SARS, End SAC, and you know what I mean? It was, you will say it was the police brutality. Call it, they used the word brutality. Police brutality, assault, police beating people or shooting people, and the rest of that was and then they were extorting young people and all that. But you see the mode of operation of the terrorists when you are kidnapped. The first thing they do when you are kidnapped is to turn off your phones so that everyone can begin to look for you. Okay. Then they begin to ask questions like, does anybody know anything happened today along a Lokoja Abuja Expressway? Oh, there were some people kidnapped. Then the family of those kidnapped will then be waiting for the phone calls from the terrorists to make their demands, and negotiation will start. In Nigeria, forget all the photo ops, all of those, where you see the police, the soldiers taking some pictures in the forest, parading some people to make it look like they are walking. And in fact, they are working hard to get the terrorists. In reality, that is not how it works. So talking about the mode of operation of the terrorists and the uniformed terrorists. So while your family waits for the demand of the terrorists that kidnap you, in Nigeria, when the terrorists in uniform, Nigeria policemen, most of them, they don't put on any uniform. They don't drive they always drive unmarked cars. And they always profile people to pick, just like the terrorists will pick on people, like who to kidnap, who is going to fetch them more money and ransom and all of that. Because number one, they know that the police is not coming after them. So the police, these terrorists in uniform, right? Their own guns were given to them by the government, bought with taxpayers' money. Now you see that gun, they are not using that to go after violent terrorists or violent criminals. No, they use them to intimidate the citizens. And this is where the act of terrorism comes in. If you have done anything wrong, for example, if the police stops you on suspicion or something, and then they like kind of found some incriminating thing on you, they have the right to arrest you on the spot. Okay? And arresting you means they have to book you. Then they take you to their own station, right? They will then tell you what you have just done. If your crime is bailable, they will ask you to put on or put up a bail bond. And that's the moment you can either do that yourself or get yourself a lawyer. So that whatever charges they are bringing up against you, you can have time to defend it. If your crime is the type that is not bailable, right? That moment as well, you will be booked and you'll be taken to the station and you'll be booked in that station as well. And you will be given two options. One, if you have a lawyer, call your lawyer. And if you don't have any lawyer, they can provide you one. And they have, because their law says they must provide you one. All those public service, public prosecutors or so office, right? That was the law. But you see, these criminals in Nigeria, when they profile you, and they stop you, it depends on the type of car you are driving. It also depends on how you look as well. So once they profile you, that means they will, I mean, you will think they are policemen, Abi. You are under arrest, come here. Then the first thing they will do is take your phone. They want to go and see if you have any banking app on your phone. And if you do, the first thing that moment, they haven't told you what you have done wrong, go. Just stops you and profile you that way. Then if they check your bank and they found money there, now the next process is going to be how to take that money. But they have now become more sophisticated to the point that if you have more than one banking app, they will force you to open every one of them and they will empty. If you are the type who have money, not be everybody, even as I may have so much money, but they are so heartless that it doesn't matter how much you have. Now, if they take all they can take from your bank, if you are now the type who probably like you are a business person or a trader or something, you have BTC, Bitcoin, these same sophisticated criminals, they will withdraw your BTC into another BTC. Now, here is now where this is just the first step of the operation. Now, if they now kind of suspect that you probably have more than what they are currently taking from you, all this while your phone is with them, your loved ones, your loved ones may be looking for you, calling you, trying to get you, but they won't. So that would then be, they will take you to a special place where they will lock you up. This is when the psychological terrorist threats will begin. This is where the policeman will begin to tell you how powerful he is and how many people like you that did not cooperate with him or with them have died. How many people they've wasted, or how many people they waste every day. Because Nigeria is so corrupt that if you see armed robbers robbing people in front of you and you just drove back, give me 1 second.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you.
Don't worry. Sorry about that. I forgot that once I made some facial and hand gesture that sort of click together, it's going to freeze my my screen. I kind of apologize for that. So let's continue. Now, if that will be the moment they will begin to tell you that you could die if you don't give them what they want, then they will now give you pen and paper. Okay? And they will now tell you exactly they will dictate exactly what they want you to write down as your statement, you will be implicating yourself. All right? This is their own insurance. In case if anything blows out, they can use that to blackmail you and say, but you said you are a kidnapper. You told us in your confession that you are the leaders of the armed robbers who broke banks in so places in the last 3 months. So you will write all of that down. They will threaten you with whatever it is. After this, they will take you to your homes. Sometimes they will take it further and get your entire family drawn into it. When they will say, listen, you must understand the crime that your son committed. Your son is a very big criminal. You don't know your son. We have his statement. The commissioner of police and all of them, they are going to request for him soon. Go and give us 10 million. After robbing him, taking whatever they can. But once in a while, you are going to see those who are bold enough to come on social media and give evidence. See, as at today that you are watching this video right now, just 3 days ago, Nigerian policemen, they kidnapped a citizen, right? They threatened to kill him. Eventually, they took 29 million naira from his bank. Almost 30 million, in fact, from his bank. And they now threaten that if he tried to say anything, they will they will arrest him. Nobody will believe him first, but they will arrest him and say he's a kidnapper, he's a gun runner, and they will, all that stuff. But the guy was bold enough to say, man, I legit made my money. You can't just rob me that way in the name of Nigeria police. So like I was saying earlier, by the way, that if you see armed robbers, if you are running away from armed robbers and you see the police checkpoints in front of you, it is advised that you should reverse that car, or if possible, turn it around and drive straight to the armed robbers. Because armed robbers will likely just take whatever you have there that they can get away with, okay? Your problem may just have started if you run to the police to help you. And this is this is actually something that has actually claimed many lives too. People who ran to police station the following day, they killed them, and the police said it was an armed robber. How could somebody coming back from the UK, who now decided to sleep in a police station because he couldn't go back to any of his relatives' place in Lagos. He decided, this is a true story as well. The man decided to sleep in a police station so that after that he will now go. In the morning he will continue his journey. They put his picture in the media and said he was killed last night during the robbery operation. They've taken all of his baggages, all of his money. So it's also an advice when you are in any situation and you see policemen in front, it is advised that you should turn back and go back to those armed robbers, cooperate and give them what they want, okay? Because your story may be different the following morning when it gets to the hands of this terrorist. It's so bad that the family members will then begin to run around how to get money and pay these policemen so that their son will not be roped into armed robbery. He will not be jailed for kidnapping, because these are the men, thugs, criminals with guns that are not going after criminals, rather the citizens themselves. So Seun Kuti was in one of his rants and all that. He had this to say from his own experience, okay? In part, let's start from here.
Nigerian police, when I go put me for say one for party, una think that they do me bad. Now, I can expose the things I found out inside the cell. And what I found out, say, if you know panty, now 2 cells there for panty. Cell 1 and cell 2. Now cell 2, they put all the, misdemeanor, gentle, all the, if you be celebrity where they arrest, if you don't sleep for Oga office, anytime they want to put you for cell, they'll put you for cell 2. But most of them now, Oga office, they sleep. Me, I no sleep for Oga office. One, you know, I won't die. But what I discover for say one, where they put me with all the hardened criminals, the murderers, the killers, the kidnappers, you say all the kidnapping group get police inside. All the kidnappers with inside say one with me, police they inside them. In fact, now the police they be their ringleader. I swear down. No group of kidnappers who did that say with me when no get police member. Where they don't arrest, we deal with them. Either down with the police they with us there, or they find the police, it don't beja. One crew, now even they don't catch them. Prison warder, now he carry them escape. If they give prison warder open gates, they beja. So warder they can't arrest the warder with them. So warder say come inside, inside say wow with them. All of us did there, yeah. Facts. And now, bring me to my point. This is going to be a short life. And anybody want to be, they go take their head, knock bamboo, make it, knock kuta. They go dive and hawk transformer. The biggest group of kidnappers for Nigeria, the Nigerian police. All of us have been kidnapped by Nigerian police. All of us. What does it mean to kidnap person? What does it mean to be kidnapped? Somebody carry you against your will, right? And then somebody pay money to release you to that person. Yes, kidnappers, they call their own ransom. Police, they call their own bail. But bail is only official. And bail is for free. Nobody will take money from you to bail you. You shouldn't pay for bail. So anytime you give police money, that's not bail. That's ransom. Bail is free. So if you're in Nigeria, where somebody don't hold you, and you don't pay that person for them to leave you, you have been kidnapped. Let's rewind back. 5, 6 years ago in this country, they arrested a man called Evans. They arrest one man, they say his name is Evans. They say Evans is the #1 kidnap kingpin of this whole world. They say nobody they kidnap for Nigeria past Evans. Brothers and sisters, since they don't arrest that Evans till now, since they arrest Evans till now, has kidnapping reduced or increased? They say he's the mastermind of all the kidnap. They say Evans alone and they commit over 50% of all the kidnapping that happen for Nigeria. Say him and his crew. Say him and his crew. Now they kidnap everybody, they arrest everybody, finish. What happened after they arrest Evans for the kidnapping? Even the policeman, when they say arrest Evans, they hold on too, instead go jail. Now the policeman they don't release. As they release them again, I'm not being so. Is it a coincidence that they release, what is that policeman's name? I do video. Kiari. I don't forget his first name. But I know the last name that Kiari. I do one video call where I say, if you want to Hush by Kiari, because now here a Hush puppy. Then they say in a super cop that time, and they call the man where arrest Evans. He's super cop, you know, instead of just let us know a business partner. Because at the end of the day, when they arrest that Kiari, no crime where they no charge him for. No crime. Where they no charge Abba Kyari for. Yes, that's his name, Abba Kyari. There is no crime in this country. Drug dealing, money laundering, 419, kidnap, everything. And they for your head. And they've released him. And kidnapping has exploded again. So if Nigerian police is serious about stopping kidnapping Nigerian government, then let the Nigerian government workers stop kidnapping Nigerians first. Before me, I face kidnappers who be criminals, where they kidnap Nigerians. Let me face the ones where me I pay salary, where they kidnap me. Everybody in Nigeria, except you are the child of one of these our oppressors, where they carry their own police around. You must have been kidnapped. I don't go for road when I small one. We just stand in front of my friend house. I can never forget. We stand in front of, we don't give them shishi. They lock me for sale all night. Uncle Beko then come bail me the next morning. We just stand in front of my friend house. So they just pack bus. What is the scenario of being kidnapped? Not saying you go on your own. But you go up, park motor, carry you, put you inside the boot. Lock the boot, or put inside the motor, lock the motor, carry you, they go. Then somebody will come pay money to release you. Why are we shouting kidnap, 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 as if we are not all being kidnapped in this country? They don't go away.
I will not allow you to. Hey, help me, 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 help me. If they carry me, they go, we are not know. Help me, help me, help me, help me. I will not allow you to. Hey.
The super Robocop, Abba Oshtaylor Kyari, the leader of from Super Cup abi Robocop, to the ringleader for drug dealers, kidnappers. Sheung is right. Okay, we have had victims. Let me give you another scenario. You understand the idea of Nigerians being kidnapped and the concept of a kidnapping, where you are taken against your will and somebody had to give them money for them to release you. These days, a lot of people never got released. Yeah, a lot of them never got released. Some just got killed. And some who got released, after a long time, they never live to tell the story, from the torture, the beatings, just similar to what the terrorists would do to you if they take you against your will. Torture you, slap you, threaten you, and the rest of that. We have had people whose family members, loved ones, have been kidnapped and ransoms have been paid. Those who have come out to say where they got kidnapped is not really far from a police or military checkpoint. The government of Nigeria or the security agents in Nigeria never followed up. In fact, a lot of the survivor or kidnapping survivors, a lot of them have said, in fact, they strongly believe that the Fulani terrorists and the military, they are working together in this business of kidnapping for ransom in Nigeria, kidnapping for human trafficking, kidnapping for organ trafficking, all this trade going about, right? A lot of survivors have said that they strongly believe that they do have people in the military who normally mount the roadblock and will give you the sense of relaxation to feel like, this area should be safe. If anything should happen on this road, 5, 6, 10 kilometers from here, the military are not far from here. They can rescue us. Only for them to drive less than 1 kilometer after the military checkpoints, boom, the Fulani terrorists will cross the road. And then they will take them straight into the bush. Despite all the shootings, all stuff, right? There will be no military coming to rescue them. A lot of people have said that. Now, back to that of the police. I have seen people who said the reason why their loved ones are not with them today was because, number one, the police, they were supposed to help them rescue the Nigerians kidnapped by these terrorists. The police are those who are now acting as middlemen. On camera, on TV, they told everybody, don't pay ransom. It is illegal to pay ransom. You must never pay ransom to terrorists. That's what they tell you on TV. Like I said, that is just for the photo op. That's just for, but behind the scene, if you have never been a victim, I pray for you, may you never be a victim, before you understand what I am trying to explain to you here. When any member of your family is kidnapped in Nigeria, the first go-to person is not the police. They will not help you. And I'm not saying this to make them look bad. Number one, they have told themselves that they do not have the resources to rescue anybody, except if that person is somebody important, politician. Then they can begin to say, yeah, we are, doing all the gra. Or if they take you in Nigeria or take any member of your family, your first go-to people is not the police, other than just to report to them. Because after that, now the police will act as middlemen that will tell you, do you love your daddy? Do you love your husband? Sir, do you love your family? Don't let me lie to you. You should go and look for a means to pay the ransom of these people. Okay? But if you are waiting for the police will be telling you that, go and ask those who have encountered them. And this is like true life. This is no longer like, are you just saying this to make them feel bad? No, I'm not. Ask those who are the survivors. Now, I have had people who told me, and I've had other people who have shared their own experiences too, that when it now came to paying the ransom, they had to give the money to the police. Police said they wanted to investigate the money and make sure that everything is fine before they will now go and hand over the money to the terrorists. To the point that police stole from the ransom money. Yes, they did. In some other cases, they stole half of the ransom money that the victims brought to, just thinking they are working with police, the one they are not telling the media. Here you get, they stole half of the money and they replaced half of the money with a sheet of papers. The terrorists counted the money was not complete, they felt deceived, and they shot all of their victims that they kidnapped. They killed them. And they told the families to go and pick up the dead bodies. Go and pick all your family. You think you can deceive us? All of these are part of the things that a lot of people cannot share with you in public because they are already being threatened by the same police. You cannot say that too. So even when you pay ransom, since you have notified them, I'm looking for my family member. They have been kidnapped. Please help us. The police will say, okay. Now, when you pay the ransom, to go and pay the ransom, when you pay it, and your family member is freed, police will be there with their cameras, the commissioner of police, to take pictures and say they have rescued your family member. And of course, even if you now go back and say, no, it's not the police, so we paid ransom, it doesn't matter. The police was there to say, we have done so well, we rescued all the kidnapped victims and all of that. And that is why I said all of this will never solve fight against terror if those who are fighting terrorism are actually terrorists themselves. There's other part of what Sheun had to say. I'm coming back to Abba Kyari that you finally know now. Today, they are telling, in fact, Nigerians who love their criminals, better than the others, okay? Or more than the other, okay? Is that whatever Abba Kyari did, they're supposed to free him now to come and help them fight terrorism. Terrorists to come and fight terrorism. I hope you are paying attention, Abi. The other part of Sheun's rant.
Uniform, not be police motor, just downfall bus or white bus or blue bus. You just park, carry boys, load inside the motor. You they go for road, they will just block you with their motor. Wow, carry everybody inside their motor. You can't go to pay them money to release your loved ones. You go pay them money to release your brother, pay them money to release your worker, your sister, your wife, your husband, your children. I was 16. I can never forget. I just did in front of my friend's house. Jack, I mean, even won't give me the carry us, but Jack, mama get crazy. Where? And Jack, the fear make mama even come because we were standing outside late. It was like 1 in the morning. Jack won't make him come. They make me say, yeah. So you see, we just follow me, no talk. I said, they carry us for doing what we're just standing. Citizens of Nigeria, what have you done? You just have to be standing. And they shout, end SARS. No SARS again. Are you not still being kidnapped? Because people will do what they do. These people will do what they do. They come with guns, but say that because now poor people. See, these people will go and carry poor people, call it raid. For them to carry rich people, it has to be kidnapped. They can't just go and raid rich people now. So when they need to collect from una hand, when our boys who on train give gun, no give good work. When they need to come collect from una hand, now they call and kidnap. Maybe that's why they sweep up under the carpet. Money they change hand left, right, and center. Kidnapper they collect 50 million, 40 million, 100 million. Nobody they see her. Person go drop the money. Nobody they investigate. Money they move. Kidnapper go charge, collect the money we won't collect. Police go say they rescue this person for stories. But I know if we want to stop kidnap for this country, the first step is to stop the Nigerian police from kidnapping Nigerian people. Finish. That's the first step. The moment this our political elites can talk to their attack dogs, say, leave Nigerian people alone. They're going to say kidnapping, gun will come reduce. Yes, that's the moment kidnapping will reduce in this country. The moment police themselves stop kidnapping Nigerian people. When you stop kidnapping Nigerian people, we can now look at the criminals that are involved in kidnapping. But when it's a free-for-all for the institution, they are used to it. Then I go pursue the person from police. Or I go say, go holiday, take break. Somebody will say he's used to making money from kidnapping people every day. They just enter their police car, they go for road, carry innocent person. You must come pay money to bail her. Seize in phone, carry them, go ATM. Not be police, they do other one. Even the first armed robbery gang in this country. Anini, not be former police in Biabino, not be former police. They are organ of their group. What be that in name again? No? DSP Iyamu. Exactly. DSP Iyamu. Yeah. Police now fooled the whole Anini squad. But you know, they teach us history. We don't remember these things. We know that we need to clean up these institutions. Many of the rots where they happen for our society come out from the same institutions which suppose they stop the rot. So the stealing of petroleum in Nigeria is perpetrated by who? Mostly NNPC. NNPC, which supposed to protect the oil of Nigeria. They are the biggest thieves of Nigerian oil. Banks, which supposed to bring wealth to Nigerians. Banks supposed to bring investment. They are the biggest thieves of Nigerian money. They are the biggest creators of poverty. If you be big man, where one poor quick, just go bank, go take loan. When our educational institution, we're supposed to bring education and information to the minds of African people, rather give indoctrination, make lecturers they take bribe, they take blow job for grades, spreading stupidity. It is the institutions in this country we're supposed to protect Nigerians. Those are the institutions gone that sabotage Nigeria. Any institution they create in this country, the thing we're supposed to do, now that institution will destroy that thing. I never seen this kind of people before. Me, you didn't worry. It is the institutions, the anti-African, because these people don't understand that these institutions, not many, all the institutions that Europeans have created are institutions to exclude black people from the benefits of those resources that the institutions control. You understand? Academia, what does it mean in Latin? It's exclusion. Europeans create these institutions for exclusion, to remove you, not to bring you inside. So they are happy to spread these institutions in your country, put black people to run the institutions, because these institutions will still create the same results. Go to America, and they tell you now, go America, go black people area for America. The same thing with the experience as black people for Nigeria. Not the experience. Police reform, not
maybe except electricity and healthcare anyway. Yeah, that's Sheun DL spitting facts, spitting truth that you can only just sit there and be like, that's so true. Or we know all the institutions are gone. I am happy that he said the institutions set up, when you take a look at all the institutions in Nigeria and the purpose why they are set up, and then you take a look at what they are doing and represent, and you will realize that it is total opposite of their purpose of why they are set up. Judiciary is expected to bring justice. But what has it brought? Shame and injustice. Legalizing illegitimacy and all that. Okay? Police that are supposed to prevent crime, they are actually the institution of criminals. And he's right. When you take a look at back in the days, before this terrorism, when I say back in the days, I'm talking about when I was younger. Okay, so when I was younger, there was no kidnapping or this act of terrorism that the way you are witnessing today. Okay, so back then, the only act of terrorism that we sort of were raised to get used to was the terror of armed robbers. And when we were growing up, we knew then that there are some robberies that you will know. These ones are either soldiers or former soldiers. These people must be policemen or former policemen. The way they were handling guns, to the point that we later realized that there were policemen who were renting out police guns to armed robbers. And many times, they themselves participate in the robbery. And when Shehu said he met some of the Adin kidnappers arrested, and in their squad, they had police in their squad. They had all of this, they had a prison warder, being a warden, in their squad. Here you get. And it's pretty much the same everywhere. But you see the act of that of policemen, you can put it side by side with the act of terror that the Fulani terrorists represent, as well as the Boko Haram represent. Any of them that you run into, it is about what they can take from you that moment, or take from the people that loved you. And in most cases, they could kill you. And before they do, they will probably tell themselves they are doing the right thing too. Nigeria policemen, Shehu said, should be advised to stop killing Nigerians. But he said something about NNPC, which is true. When you look at those who are stealing Nigeria crude oil and those who are processing the sale of the stolen crude oil abroad, you will find them inside the NNPC of Nigeria. NNPC of Nigeria, the one that is now called NNPCL. They privatized Nigeria NNPC, put themselves there, and all the